Alright, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Entrepreneurs Play Crash Bandicoot 3 Part 5. We are here in the 4th warp room, and really quickly I'd like to show off the Death Tornado spin. That's the normal spin. Now this is the Death Tornado spin. It lasts a lot longer, and you can glide in the air. That's the biggest feature about it, and I want to get that away really quickly. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and go to the 20th level first, because as you can see here, it does have the blue gem, and I would like to go ahead and get the blue gem before going into level 16, because level 16 requires the blue gem to get the secondary gem, and just so I don't have to backtrack and it can all be done in one go, I would like to do it like that. But anyway, so this won't be the first time that I do it like this, but but it will be only one of a very few, probably only two. But anyway, so now you can see the theme here in this level is the water. You can see the green on the steps is the height that the water can get to. It can get up to the 4th step here. Crash will drown in the, if you go below this step, if you go to this step right here, he will drown, or if you go under the water, he will drown, so you have to be very careful about that. The way you control in the water is the same as you do in the mud, except in the mud from Crash 2, you wouldn't die. But you know, you can see here, you can still wade through the water just like you would the mud. But there really is no benefit to going into the water. You can duck your head under the water just like you hit the mud, but yeah, you don't have to worry about drowning, just like in the just like in the mud. But anyway, so there is a death route here. That is how you get the blue gem. So you definitely want to be careful, and watch out. Make sure that you don't die, which is not that hard to do. It's not that easy to die, especially if you've played this level a bunch. If you haven't, you have to just be patient. That's the biggest thing. Is just being patient and waiting for the water to rise and lower. And if you're impatient, you will have a harder time going through the level than normal. Well, I won't say normal. Most people would, just because you'll have to. Just because you have to be so you have to be patient with it and learn when not to go and when to go. And this is another section that was difficult for a lot of people, just because, again, that what they would normally do is that, and then the nitro is hanging off about right here, so you jump right there, and you would just barely make it past the TNT. But as long as you can get by it easily if you slide jump, and then use the Death Tornado spin. That is the best way to get the most from the Death Tornado spin. And there you go. That's an instance of being patient. I should have waited for the water. There was no way I could have made it through here without it. Now, if you do have three masks, the water will stay down for you, so you don't have to worry about drowning. But if you do have a mask on your face and the water is up, you can actually die. That is one of the only instances outside of falling in a hole that you will it's instant death. If you have a mask on at all, or if you have a mask at all, you still can drown in the water. So you have to be very, very careful while going through here. Like right now, if I was to fall in the water, the masks wouldn't be able to save me. I would still drown. So you definitely want to be very careful. The ceiling for this tomb is pretty low, so you want to be very careful when and where you jump to do the slide jump, because you'll gain extra height than you normally would. And it would seem a lot of this game is actually built around you not using the slide jump, which I don't understand why they would do that. Just because it is, as I said in the previous video, that it's something that a lot of people, especially if they played Crash 2, they would get used to and they would do anyway, really without even thinking about it. So, of course, it's Naughty Dog's decision to make the game however they want. I'm just saying, I don't know. I don't understand why they would make a lot of these levels that are not friendly to that type of, to using it, to being able to use it like that. But anyway, so again, you notice you don't have to wait for the water. Want to watch out for these sections that those blocks that will push you out. You have to be very careful about that. And if you notice back there, the music actually changed to the regular level music for some reason. And there's the blue gem. Definitely a lot harder than it was in Crash 2, but now, since we are missing 44 boxes, I'm going to go ahead and kill myself. It is a shame to see 2 masks go, but I'm not too worried about it. That's about the only time I will intentionally spin fruit for no reason, just to make sure I save myself there. Again, patience, you have to be very patient while going through here. Slide jumping would have definitely worked a lot better there. But I mean, even with the sliding and the jumping, or, not sliding and jumping, the glide that you can gain from the Death Tornado spin, it's not a foolproof plan to make sure you stay above the water. You only have certain sections that you can use it in. You can use these the shields that these lab assistants have to act as a type of platform. You will continue to bounce while you are on them, but you can, it's a pretty good platform if you want to use it. The spikes on these mummies, those are the new enemies, by the way. The beetles, the mummies, that are, in only about half a coffin with the spikes on them, and the shield-wielding lab assistants are the new enemies that you see here. They do not appear in any other version of the, any other level, unlike some other types of lab assistants that will be in level 16. But anyway, so yeah, have to be very careful about that, and we'll go ahead and I forgot to see how many. I think there's 20 nitros through here. Now you can't actually make the. I was gonna say, I think you can make the water go down for you if you walked far enough away from the water, but I don't think so. I think it is all raised and lowered on a set schedule while you're in the level. But anyway, so that's level 20. Definitely a very long level. Even the video is only about 7:45 now, but I did talk at the beginning of it for a few seconds. But it is still a very long level. But anyway, so we're going to the Sphinxinator. Now this is the first level here. And the new type of tomb level, you start in a tomb this time. You have to make sure you come back to these boxes. They are actually well hidden, and you will not be able to, usually you won't think to go after them. Now here is actually one of the first instances of you have to slide jump to be able to get through that. And all this section is, this is not where the secret gem is housed. All it has is some monkeys, a sea crate, and 4 lives. And if you want to, you can go back that way. However, I don't. I just figured I'd show that off. That will take you to a later point in the level, and you will miss quite a few boxes. But because it's easy to backtrack to, you don't have to. Whoa! Forgot about the spotlights. But because it is so easy to backtrack from, you can actually pretty easily just go after those boxes and then come back. That is another area where the metal sea crates are at. You can see there's a new type of enemy, the lab assistant mummy. Unlike the ones in level 20, those are in coffins to start that act kind of like a shield. You have to destroy the coffins to be able to get to the enemy inside, and you have to be very careful. Once you do take the enemy out, just because of the position of the enemy, especially where depends really where you hit the coffin. Now that little platform that I would have ridden on would have taken me to, I believe, here, or the platform back behind me. If I would have followed the left path all the way through. That's really a useless hidden path. There's really no benefit to going out, to going down and outside of the 4 lives. But outside of the 4 lives, there's really no reason to go along it, so you don't have to. If you don't want to, there's nothing you're missing through there. Now here you want to wait for at least the first nitro to get destroyed, and you kind of want to be on it before that. Before you well, you don't want to be right beside the closer nitro when it explodes, because you will end up more often than not, you'll actually end up getting damaged by it. And I'm surprised I didn't. I was as close as I was. Now, obviously, you have to knock out the top crates to make sure that to get the maximum amount of fruit from these boxes. You want to make sure that you knock out the top boxes first, so that the crates on top don't set the TNT timer off. Alright, so normally what you would do is you would activate the C crate and then continue on, but I'm going to go ahead and not do that. This whole area will have oil all over the floor, so you want to be very careful, especially in a section like this. There will be 2 monkeys here if you care to take them out. I don't. I just want to go ahead and get through this section. There will be spotlights in inconvenient places. Bad timing, especially for a lot of these holes. What you have to do is you have to slide, jump over them. And we're just about done. The last section here will have a door there that you have to be very careful. I mean, you have to be very fast to get through there, but that's the end portal. Because I am so deep into the level already, I'm going to go ahead and kill myself so that I can come back here, and then I'll just continue the level like I normally would. And that's the blue gem path for Crash 3. Definitely a little bit easier than it, it's a lot harder than it was in Crash 2 by far. But yeah, this is the way you're supposed to take out those boxes, or well, the easier way to take the boxes out anyway, I'll say. But anyways, as I said before, when I did level 4, or the red gem path for level 4, the metal crates do not count towards boxes, so you don't have to worry about that. You going through this level, if you didn't have the blue gem, you could still go after the box gem. You just have to make sure you didn't miss those 4 boxes at the beginning, which a lot of people actually would do because they wouldn't think to backtrack at the start of the level, because this is the only level that uses that feature where you'd have to backtrack at the start of, at the start of a level to gain 4 boxes. So you definitely want to be careful and watch out for that. But anyway. Alright, so there's a handful of puzzles here, trying to get this box. You can't get the box over, well, yeah, I don't think you can get that box over there, because if you were to body slam those 2 boxes, you would have set all the TNTs off of it. TNTs off, and you would have taken damage, and you would have died. The puzzle there, you have to make sure that you jump onto the top TNT. Yeah, you have to be very, very careful about that, as I said. That's actually 1 box you can miss if you're not careful. Making sure that you get the top box up there, on the top of by jumping on the highest TNT in that stack of crates there. Being able to get to that life without affecting other TNTs. You can jump normally, and as I said, a lot of the level is actually based around a lot of this game is actually just based around jumping, without having to, without using the slide jump or the crouch jump. And I'm gonna guess that was used for, that was to make it a lot easier for, I guess, new players to the series, or just younger kids. They wouldn't have to, hit an extra button or do too much work unnecessarily. But it is a shame, definitely that they simplified the game so much. And there you go. So I was trying to avoid. Could have hit those 2 boxes on the bottom, but I didn't really feel like dying or risking it. I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to have 101 boxes while going through here. Okay, good. I thought that TNT that I had hit in the bonus round didn't count for some weird reason. But anyway, so that's the Sphinxinator. It's not too difficult. This is kind of the section, you know, this is the start of the levels where they're going to get a lot harder from here on. They're going to be longer and a lot more difficult, a lot to them. And this is the first airplane riding level, something that's debuted in this game as well. The fact that you could ride around on airplanes. Airplane controls do, you know, you push up to, you push down to go up to go down. You shoot your machine gun with the circle button, and you can do a barrel roll with the square button. And what the barrel roll is used for is, you can see these enemies planes here. If you are running at them head on, they will actually shoot at you, and if they get level with you, they will hit you, and they will end up you know, killing you. You can see there one did hit me there. You can shoot them down. Your objective here is to shoot down all 7 blimps. As I said, if you do a barrel roll, you will dodge the bullets from the enemy pilots. Yeah, I thought I was missing a blimp back here. Now you have to be careful because you have to dodge the machine gunners. You have to make sure you get all the boxes. There's only 11 boxes, and you can see they are clearly marked by the balloons. The balloons with the white that have the red crosses on them are the health balloons. There's only 3 of them for this level, so you have to make sure you don't use too many of them. You will get a life if you'll get a life and not too much health if you shoot the box. If you shoot the blimp, you will, if you shoot the balloon, you'll gain more health. If you can hit both, you'll gain a nice bit of health and the box as well. I believe you get 50 points of health for the boxes, and I think 60 to 70 for the balloons. I may be wrong, they may just both be 50, but I'm pretty sure that you lose points if you take out the boxes instead of the balloons. But anyway, not too difficult. You know, all you have to do is just shoot down the 7 balloons and you get it. So now I'm going to go ahead and go into one of the hardest jet ski riding levels.
So, Crash Bandicoot, we meet again. Ooga Booga and Dr. Cortex want me to teach you a lesson. Well, I've made a few modifications to my mechanics since our last encounter. So, back off or be deleted.
This is definitely pretty difficult because it has a few hidden boxes here that are along kind of like a secret route for this type of game, or for this type of level. You can see it's kind of either sunrise or sunset, and the times of day will excuse me, the times of day will change for these levels as well. You know, like with the motorcycle levels, and for some levels in Crash 2 they would change. Well, they do here for these levels as well. But as I said, there is a handful of hidden boxes that are actually pretty difficult to find, and not a lot of people know where they are exactly. You know, especially if you play this game for the first time. This is one of the hidden boxes here. You have to go in between these 2 islands, and here's another hidden box there. And if you go through there, you can see where they are. And as we go along here, you can see there's a lot more pirate ships. There's actually the last of the hidden boxes are around the pirate ships. You have to be careful here not to overshoot. You know, to make sure that you don't hit the pirates on these boats. And you saw there was 3 lives there. There's actually a way you can get them, and I don't remember exactly how it is. I think hopefully it'll be, you know, once I do the trivia and everything. they'll say it there. You have to be careful here because the waves will actually play a huge part in whether you're going to get both of those boxes. You have to kind of hit it once the waves are pretty high to be able to get that box up there. As you can see, the waves are moving a lot more than they did in level 5. And there we go. Now, once the wave, once the ramp is up at its highest point, you will actually miss the lower set of boxes, so you have to be very careful. And I don't remember exactly where there's kind of a hole in between the buoys that you can go into and get to those lives. I don't remember exactly right now where it is. I may show it off during the wrap-up video or something like that. If the trivia doesn't say something about it, I'll try to look for some information about it and show it off, but I'm not going to waste time with it right now. Just because I really don't remember where the point is, but anyway, so. Now here, there's a life underneath the water, and you are going to have to go along this back, that back ramp. So if you miss it the first time, all I have to do is just dive under the water to get to it. And this is the hidden boxes. This is the hidden pirate ship. You can kind of see a break in the buoys from as you're coming up into this section. And this is the set of hidden boxes. I believe there's 5 or 6 hidden boxes around through here that you can get to. I believe that was 6 or 5 or something like that. But once you get them all, you can just continue on through the level. You do have to be careful because there is a lot more pirate ships, so there's going to be a lot more cannons. If you do have a couple masks with you, this will be a lot easier. But you really don't want to lose them, especially without going through this section, just because I did clear out quite a few boxes and there's not another secret for a little while, so you have to be very careful if you don't have any masks while going through this section. You have to be very careful because these bombs will actually move around a lot more than they would in level 5 as well, so you have to be very careful, always. And that's the backflip. I don't think I showed that off in level 5. But you always have to be careful. The waves really won't play a huge role in getting those boxes there, so you don't really have to worry about it all that often, or too much. And there we go. That's the level. The waves will play a role in if you get that life or not, so you definitely want to be very careful with that. But anyway, so I got all the boxes and gems and everything for there. So I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. I'm going to go ahead and try to talk about some trivia really quickly. I will start with the Sphinxinator just for level order. Sphinxinator is the 16th level in Crash Bandicoot 3 in the Egyptian warp room. It is set in ancient Egypt, similar to the levels Tomb Time, Bug Light, and Tomb Waiter. Surroundings, the area looks similar to Tomb Time, but instead the player starts off inside the tomb in front of a sphinx, similar to the one found in Tomb Time. A new hazard seen are spears, which stick up out of holes in the ground that cause Crash to leap up and cower on the ceiling upon death. This helps make the level slightly more difficult than its predecessor. 1 crystal, 2 gems, both clear, 105 boxes, 28 in the bonus round. Trivia: it is possible but not confirmed in game that the stage's name is a reference to the Terminator franchise of movies, but the fact that there is a Sphinx scene in the level. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and do Bye Bye Blimps. Okay, let me see. Okay. Bye Bye Blimps is the 17th level in Crash 3, set in World War I. In this level, Coco must shoot down 7 of Cortex's blimps in her biplane. It's the first level in the Crash series using this concept. 11 boxes, 1 gem, 1 crystal. Trivia: the name of this level may be a play on the phrase Bye Bye Birdie, a stage production composed in 1958. The Bye Bye part may be a reference to Coco shooting down the blimps in the level. And the white balloons with the red cross yield more health. So if you do shoot I guess if you do shoot the balloon, you do gain more health than you would normally, if you just shoot the box. So that's something to be careful for. But anyway, so now we'll go to Tell No Tales. Tell No Tales is the 18th level in Crash Bandicoot 3, the first pirate-themed level since making waves in the first warp area. It is once again features Coco cruising the Atlantic Ocean on her nifty high-tech jet ski, avoiding pirate lab assistants and bombs as she searches for the crystal. 61 boxes, 1 gem, 1 crystal. Trivia: this level's name is an obvious solution to the expression "dead men tell no tales." The phrase, essentially meaning that one's secrets cannot be betrayed by someone else who is not alive, was often used in reference to pirates who made a habit of killing off people who knew too much. This is the only level in the demo version of the game. And then we'll go to Tomb Waiter. Let me see where it... Okay, Tomb Waiter. Tomb Waiter is the 20th level in Crash Bandicoot 3. The general premise of this level is similar to Sphinxinator and Tomb Time, which involves Crash traveling through a pyramid avoiding ancient traps and enemies. Some of the enemies in this level include beetles, mummies, and spiked coffins, and lab assistants carrying ancient Egyptian shields. This level also features numerous paths that are filled with water. Crash must take precautions when taking these routes because when the water level is high, he will drown if he was in it. However, there are metal crates and platforms that are there to help Crash. When the water level rises, the level also features a death route that contains the blue gem. Alright, trivia: this level has the longest time in the game to earn a sapphire relic. Even if Crash is in deep water and crouches so he is fully submerged, he will not drown. Through parts of the death route, the music changes back to the normal level music and then changes back to the death route music. This is because Crash goes close to where the main level is. It's possible that the beetle at the beginning of the level is there as a reference for the player during the time trial. When the beetle reaches the right side and turns, the water level will drop. When the beetle reaches the left side and turns, the water rises. With good timing and speed, the player can use this beetle to know when to start the time trial and not get stopped by the water. That's actually something I didn't know. The outline of the 2x2x2 steel crates in this level before they are triggered by the exclamation crates are of one big cube rather than being the outline of 8 regular sized crates. This is the only level in Crash 3 where the exclamation crates activates nitro crates from outline crates in the bonus round, as it also triggers a TNT crate to appear with. There's a glitch that if you hit the nitro switch crate before you do the bonus stage, the TNT crate won't appear, thus not enabling you to get all the crates for the level. Considering the distance between the bonus round and the nitro switch, as well as all the perils in between, the glitch is relatively unknown and rather insignificant. Just give me a moment, I gotta pause really quick. Alright, I apologize about the cut, but anyway, so now the name origin for Tomb Raider. The name of the level comes from the popular gaming series Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider deals with an archaeologist by the name of Lara Croft who travels through ancient tombs as part of her adventure. The waiting part of the name comes from Crash traveling through the water portions of the level. So anyway, that's all the trivia and everything. So thank you for watching. The challenge of the video is how many times did the water raise and fall during my entire time in Tomb Raider. Thank you for watching. Next time we will beat the boss for this level as well. Well, I just want we need. The next video I will do level 19, beat the boss, and then do some levels in the 5th warp room. So until then, later everyone.